come inside my brain for a few. There is a certain feeling, want, a certain desire to fight for the little guy. And especially if you've been the little guy in whatever situation you may be, it's like, yeah, you kind of want to fight, right? There are certain individuals out here in this lovely planet that at any moment we can be just flip that switch and all hell breaks loose. And when I'm saying hell, it's not the kind of hell that humanity has seen. And not to say that that's bad, that's not bad, or not bad enough or anything like that. I'm just saying there's worse. There's absolutely worse. And if you cannot imagine that, this isn't for you. I'm talking to all of those who know for a fact, most likely you're neurospicy like me. Most likely you have this deep desire to bring justice to this world, right? And so far, the learnings that I have come across, regarding life, regarding spirituality and all that stuff, right? It has everything to do with, you know, um, Jesus' teachings and Buddha's teachings, and Muhammad's teachings, and whatever name you want to slap on it, whatever man you want to put there, it's that I'm saying man because that's what we have been fed for so long, right? But now I'm here thinking, I'm like, hold on, I'm spiritual, right? So there is this rawness, this raw craving, and it's not, and I it's for justice. The nicest way that I can put it is that it's for justice. It's to right the wrongs, right? So we the Bible states that we didn't know right from wrong, right? Like, we didn't. We're like, what is that? Can you eat that? Like, what is it? Like, do you put it on? Like, what is it? And then, according to the Bible, God, right? No, to me, there's no God. As we've been taught. Anyways, you and me are gods. So then it goes to say, God said, hey, Adam, come here for a second. And let's just pretend it's my teething. And God said, hey, listen, there, you see that big juicy tree right there? Yeah, God, I definitely see that. What's up? That is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Of what? Because clearly he doesn't know, right? Of what? Of good and evil. Okay, sure, all right. So that's a nice looking tree. Okay, focus, Adam. Okay, so anything that hangs from it, you see that little red thing hanging from it right there? Yeah. Kind of smells nice, right? Yeah, it smells nice. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't eat it. Just do not consume it, okay? What's eating? Oh my God, you grab it like this and you go hum, and then it goes away, right? It's all inside of you. So don't do that, okay? Yeah, sure. No, you got it. All right, cool. So then later on, right? Here comes Eve, right? Oh my God, did you see? What? Yo, I've been talking to this cute little thing and it's like very it looks like an S. It's just very bendy and stuff. Okay. I think I'm I'm just gonna call it a snake, whatever, however that happened, right? I think that I'm gonna go ahead and have a little bit of a snack, but I don't know what. Oh, yeah. No, I was talking to God earlier and he said something about eating. And I was like, what is that? And then he kind of explained to me that eating is, oh my God, I really want that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go ahead and grab a snack and then we're going to be right back, right? So she goes, he's watching and she comes back, speaks to whoever, right? The snake. And she's like, oh my God, I have absolutely tasted the absolute best thing that you're ever gonna taste. First of all, we have taste buds. What? What the heck's that? Right? Whatever. And she's like, oh, I already had one. You want one? And at this point, everybody's like, well, don't do it, clearly. God said not to. What are you doing? Don't do it. That's ghetto. Don't do it. Right? And everybody's like so caught up in that story. Everybody forgot. He told Adam, not Eve. He said, Adam, do not have that fruit. Don't eat it, don't consume it, don't smell it, don't do none of that. None of that, right? Here comes little Eve. She said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna eat. And blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, it tastes so good. And it's so good. Here, you have some. So yeah, let that just, I'm kind of cooking here, so. Now, in the midst of all of this, right, I'm here like, well, fine. Adam done fucked it all up, right? Because it wasn't Eve that sinned, it was Adam. He chose not to see Eve as his Eve, not to see Eve as someone that was there to be with him, as a team member, whatever you want to call it, however you want to label it. He just said, you know what, every man for himself, right? So then we're like, wow, we're bleeding now, right? So, and we also know that there are other types of stories that kind of back up, all these old texts. And if you have heard, you may already know about the Anunnaki, right? The Anunnaki were the ones that, wanted, well, some of them, that's just some Anunnaki, were like, okay, we need some gold, we're living up in Mars, we fucked our planet, now we're gonna go ahead and fuck this shit up too. And guess what? Now there's a hominid over there, there's like a hairy looking dude walking around. I was kind of snooping out, for any other planets, and we saw this guy, and he doesn't look to be very conscious regarding, what's going on. So maybe we could do something, right? So then they're like, well, let's go ahead and take a look and see what, maybe we can, because we are creators, the creators in the universe, right? We're the creators, we create, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be ourselves, we're just gonna go ahead and create. So we grab little Mr. Hominid guy, I forget his name, but like Bigfoot, them and all, and start messing with the DNA, and all of a sudden, it just goes on into some type of evolution. They create a whole bunch of these people, maybe less hairy now at that point because we're standing up straight. We're like, yeah, all right. I don't know what pants are, but I might need them, very soon. Anyways, so they developed slaves, right? And they said, hey, maybe they can go ahead and come to Mars and just continue to do the work that we got up there, right? So then after that, something happened. They fucked up the planet yet again, right? So they said, okay, well, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and take them back, We're just gonna take them back to their home planet, but now that planet is now ours, right? We're just gonna go ahead and see maybe there's something that we can profit off of here. If Earth is anything like Mars, clearly there's gotta be something there, right? So they start digging and digging, and they find the gold that they need to be able to go back home, and save their home, right? Their planet that has been fucked up, right? Well, anyways, so what ends up happening is they said, well, let's just go ahead and have these guys do this here too. Let them do the digging, let them go. If they die, we'll just make more, right? And then somewhere up in the galaxy, far, far, far away, there's this thing called a council, right? And it's just one of many, but apparently there's a council, and the council's like, are you fucking kidding me? Did you know what the Anu did? And they're like, whoa, what do you mean? I thought that they were up in Mars just trying to get their stuff together. It's like, nah, man. So what happened was, and then they tell them the story. They're like, yo, they're not supposed to do that. What's going on? Okay, let's go ahead and talk to the president, and we're gonna have a meeting about this, and we're gonna try to figure out how to. And then the president's like, damn. Exactly. The president's like, damn, see, what happened was, I kind of knew something was going on, but I was like, that's them. They're going to create. That's who they are in nature, right? So, let's kind of see how this plays out. Maybe we'll send a messenger, we'll send somebody as a representative and be like, hey, so the head of HR comes down and it's like, y'all know you're not supposed to be doing that, right? Like, we can get into some serious trouble, and you guys are already like, this is like your third and final warning. You guys have got to like get it together. So then they're like, yeah, no, we promise we're gonna be good. We're just, we're trying to figure it out. It's a planet of polarity, so we got a little too far left or too far right, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so so then after that, it turns out that from another dimension, same planet, another dimension, right? That's like saying another timeline. So some others that were already here, they were in hiding. And they kind of sent some communication to somebody else from people back in their planet. And they were like, yo, this planet is rich, and they already got like some people that we can kind of use, and just manipulate. So bring more of you guys. Now these people were, they're the fighters. They're if you know Greek mythology, this is going to be more like, this is Ares' crowd. This is the people. This is like all the sons and daughters of Ares, pretty much, right? Like, all they want to do is just fight, 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 and they know how to win because that's all they do, right? All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Yeah, literally, no matter what. Because what ends up happening is the Anu said, we're not about that life anymore. We kind of started a little askew, but we came back to an understanding that what we did was wrong. So sorry about that. But you have other people here that want your stuff. We're just gonna take some of this gold. It's okay. We're not allowed to come back because we weren't supposed to talk to you or even mess with your DNA from the get-go. Sorry about that, but we got what we came for, so we're just gonna go back, and whatever happens, right? Up there, I don't know. They go back to the space jail. And who are we left with? Well, we were left with Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here, that all they want to do is just divide and conquer, because that's who they also are. Swear to God. This is their nature. This is like you saying, well, why does the cat have to go and pee in a litter box? Well, they gotta pee. Okay, but can't they not pee? Well, no, it's in their nature. It's part of their bodily functions. It's just something that it's a part of them. They gotta pee. So it's kind of like that. So, anyways, so I'm here like. I'm starting to get hot now. Clearly. So I'm here like, okay, so you're telling me that those people, right, or beings, right, they're like, well, we're here to fix shit up, make this look good. We're gonna hire a couple of you guys, and we're just gonna enslave the rest of you guys, and yeah, we're just gonna take over because you you're not you're just not good at managing this place. So we're just gonna take over from now, okay? So, uh, it just you work for us now. So you're welcome. Yay! You got a job. You got a job. You can now pay the bills, right? Yeah, it's gonna be good. We're gonna set you up so good. Like it's gonna be really good. But clearly it wasn't, right? Because we're now clearly still feeling the ramifications of those who chose to be here become powerful, because in my mind you don't got shit. In my opinion, you ain't got shit. But that's another story. Anyway, so then I'm here thinking, okay, now I know that backstory. And I know so much about what I see every day and what I hear about what happens on this planet every day. So I'm here thinking, this is the planet of not opposites, polarities, right? You have to have the knowledge of good and you have to have the knowledge of evil, right? Because they're both polar. You have to have the light and you have to have the dark, right? So this is me in my spiritual journey, right? I'm like, okay, so the rules that nobody followed is that we, us humans, we're categorized as human beings, right? Have to follow those rules. The rule that there is good and that there is evil. Because this is planet Earth, and planet Earth is supposed to be a hard school. Now, from my understanding, those beings that have evolved to the highest evolution typically end up in a round shape, spherical shape, right? So in my mind, I'm here going, okay, so then Earth is a being, sentient being, duh, right? But yeah, not really. No, kind of, but come with me. Allow me to kind of get you into something a little deeper. So, well, I don't know about this. So we are inhabitants of this earth, right? So come with me for a second. Earth is that intelligent being that has chosen to be and to evolve into a being that has the representations of the polarity of good, evil, of light, dark, hot, cold, left, right, all that, right? And we are the planet. We are part of that consciousness. because of the fact that there is polarity, you have to have something to show what that looks like and what it doesn't look like. You following me here? So I'm getting there. So we are here living this life, being good, being bad, making good decisions, making bad decisions, and we call those mistakes. And we learn and we move on and we try to do our best, right? Because that's what we've been taught by religion, right? But even Jesus said to turn the other cheek. But what he meant by that was, okay, I see what you did. Don't fucking do it again, though. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do what you did because I choose to see that you're a fucking idiot. But I'm not blind and I ain't stupid and I definitely was not born yesterday. That's the other cheek. Okay, mine are hot. Hello, perimenopause. Anyways, so with all of that understanding, with all that knowledge that you just got, sorry for the cussing, I'm just, there's something boiling inside me. And it's the thing that I started the video with. It's the justice. It's that boiler room where everything that you have accumulated, that has been done to you, that has been done to others, and you have not been able to do anything about. And you're here thinking, well, I gotta be good because karma, right? And I gotta make all those good decisions. And then we learn that karma is just literally just, it's a sign. Karma is kind of like a form of measurement that we're supposed to use to kind of show you, are you aligned? Are you aligned? You're in your little line, or you've deviated, right? It's the ABCs, right? It's the kindergarten version, of things. In my opinion, if I'm saying stuff wrong, I'm so sorry, but this is what I feel and what I've understood to be. So, with that concept, right? We have learned you gotta work, and you gotta work hard, and then you'll be able to actually get all the stuff that you want, right? Because we have grown to become a consumer population. So consume. You work hard so you can consume. You work hard so you can take a vacation, right? Because you deserve a vacation. You're human after all, right? And it's like, and there's this little voice inside me that's like, no. Wrong. I wish I could go deeper than that, but sometimes on a good day I can. If I express my my vocal abilities. But yeah, it says no. No. Because you are on this earth, you have to play by the game's rules, right? If you're playing I can't talk. If you're playing Mario Kart, Mario, it's a me, right? That guy. If you're playing that game, there's absolutely no way that you're going to end up I don't know, in the streets where that other game is, where you steal a car, Grand Theft Auto. Oh God, can you tell I'm a gamer? Anyways, so there's no way. There's absolutely no way because it's not in the code, right? That's not that kind of game. But if you break out of the code, the matrix, you learn that there is no such thing as wrong or right. Good or bad. Then you're kind of thinking in a higher level, because there are certain entities and beings that know and understand this, and they try to help, right, to the best of their abilities. And then there's those that operate at an even, just for shits and giggles, we're just going to say at an even higher level, right? And those people are in charge of the ones that are in charge of us, type of thing, almost. Not literally in charge, because we have free will, because that's part of the contract, that's part of the whole entire thing. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys have, I hope you have, seen Wreck-It Ralph, and how the main character, Vanellope von Schweetz, she wants to race. She feels like it's in her DNA. It's a part of her. There's absolutely nothing else that she ever wants to do but race. She just wants to race. It's just, she lives it, she breathes it. It's like an artist, a dancer. Well, dancer is an artist. Anyways, you know what I mean, right? And she does everything that she can, but she's poor. She's dirt poor, guys. She lives in a cave, right? And she gets her little happiness by just trying to find a coin so that she can enter a race, because she's gonna somehow, with whatever it is that she has, or power of will, gonna be able to enter the race. But she kind of needs a car in order to enter the race, right? But by mistake, Ralph ended up coming to her world or timeline, because he's from a different timeline, right? I think. Anyways, he goes to Sugar Rush, and that's where she lives, right? And they meet. He also was chasing something, and they ended up meeting. Both timelines just, right? And anyways, it ends up being that what Ralph was really looking for, he finally found. But now Vanellope von Schweetz, the poor little girl who doesn't have any parents and it's living in a pile of dirt, actually needs it so that she can fulfill the dreams of being a racer. A racer. She doesn't know how to operate a vehicle, but she wants to become a racer, right? So they go through all these ups and downs, and he's like, girl, you don't make no sense. What are you talking about? Oh, no. So now he has to kind of like help her out, right? And there's this guy who has declared himself the king. Nobody knows how he got started, but everybody's like, oh my God, King Candy, you're the best. And he's like, oh, have some candy. You know, he's all fabulous and stuff, and he decorates his whole castle with the color pink, but he says it's salmon. Anyways, very annoying. The thing about King Candy is you find out at the end, and spoiler alert, if you have not seen this, go ahead and turn this damn thing off and go ahead and watch it, because I'm about to spoil alert. Okay, it turns out King Candy was also another guy who was a racer, and he found out that his timeline was ending. It was gonna be gone. It was being destroyed, or in our world, unplugged, right? Because the whole entire gaming system was gonna be unplugged because nobody was playing the game anymore. Chef's kiss, right? Am I right? Nobody wanted to play anymore. So he said, I'm just gonna go ahead and figure this out. Well, first of all, let me see if I can jump timelines. Let me see if I can go to another game that may be a little similar to this, because I already have the knowledge of this game, right? So let me dabble around and see what's going on. He finds it, and it ends up being Sugar Rush. And the first thing that he did is he disconnected everybody's memories. You can no longer remember why you're here, who you are, you have just been given a brand new identity, almost, kind of, right? Racers are still racers, but they're mean girls, right? They're like, oh my God, Penelope, what are you wearing? That type of stuff. And the people love him. They're like, oh my God, he gives us candy. Oh, and we're all made out of candy. Oh, he keeps us entertained. We go to these great and marvelous races every Sunday, and we all bet on the guy, who's gonna win, but he also plays, and he always wins. So you'd figure, man, those people, they're wow, right? You're like, don't you know he's playing you? I mean, you have to pay to play. By the way, you need a gold coin to play, which is what Vanellope von Schweetz needed to be able to race, right? To just enter the race, right? And everybody pays him. So he also plays. He doesn't have to pay, but he does because he wants others to see, oh, he still chooses to pay to play. What a guy, huh? What a stand-up guy. So everybody loves him. Some people kind of fear him, and they're kind of little, but whatever, right? Those are the weirdos, right? They're like, I mean, I never voted for him, but I'm here. This is my life. This is what it is, right? Meanwhile, Vanellope von Schweetz is like, I can't race. I can't race not just because I can't afford it. Oh, I don't know how to get there. I don't have a car. All these, things. She goes, on top of that, I glitch. And Ralph was like, you what? She says, I glitch. He goes, what the fuck is that? And she's like, well, when I get nervous or I have these very strong feelings and emotions, I physically go from this place to this place. And I don't know how it happens, where it happens. I don't know how to do it, how to turn it off, even if I want to. And I can't. That's one of the biggest things that is like a roadblock for her. And he goes, well, we're still gonna go ahead and make you work. Gonna make your dreams come true, little girl, okay? So what ends up happening is other people start noticing, hey, where's Ralph? He's been gone for a while. And then people start talking and they all find out, hey, Ralph, he kind of did what you're not supposed to do, which is time jump. Why are you not supposed to do it? I don't know. But people are still doing it, right? So others join in the fight and start jumping timelines and trying to figure out, hey, where's Ralph? Let me go ahead and see if I can help him. All these other supporting characters are in the play. Well, what ends up happening is Ralph gives her, Vanellope von Schweetz, something that's like a gold coin. Like I said before, he wanted to go ahead and have something as well to prove that he is worthy in his own reality, his own timeline. He finally gets it, which is a hero's medal. Well, the medal looks like a coin and it's valuable enough to get her a ticket and an entry into the game. So she does it, right? She gets in. All this other extra drama you really don't need to know about, but regardless, it's kind of important, for the storyline, but not that much. So the juicy part is, my back is kind of hurting. So the juicy part is, she plays, She races. And the reason why she was able to get to the number one spot among everybody, including the king, who paid his way to, have a shot at racing because he loves racing, right? He is like up her ass. I mean, he's tailing her. He's like, you little, you're not gonna get this. He's really angry. He's like, this girl, she's not supposed to be here. This isn't part of the game. She's gonna ruin everything. But nobody knows. Nobody knows why he is so into her. He's just like, he's like hunting her down. Why? Because she has a glitch. And he keeps saying that there's something about the glitch that she's not allowed to play. She's not allowed. That is the rule in that land, in that reality, in that timeline. She is not allowed to play. What she's allowed to do is anything else, and she's barely given anything, right? We already know that my girl sleeps in the dirt. So Ralph kind of also feeling that way from his own reality, right? Because he's the bad guy in his reality. He plays the really bad guy who does all these bad things, and he smashes buildings, and all the tenants are like, why? We didn't do anything to you, poor me, oh my. Anyways, so he kind of already has it for her, because he's like, yo, I understand where we came from. No, people have been mean to me my whole entire life, and I'm not about to let that happen to you. I don't care. I came after the hero's medal. You can give it to me afterwards, and we can both win, right? So he takes his time. He teaches her how to drive. He even gets her the car, builds the car with her and all that. Well, anyways, fast forward, they're head to head. King Candy, Vanellope von Schweetz, on the road. The finish line is like, right here. And all hell's breaking loose. I mean, the whole world is like tearing apart. The whole reality is tearing apart. Things are happening everywhere. I mean, things are blowing up. Things are literally, it's melting. It's tearing apart. So, picture a tower moment in the tarot, right? It's just woof. People's realities have been flipped upside down. The rugs have been taken from underneath their feet. They don't know what's going on anymore. Everything feels like pain, looks like pain, acts like pain, and chaos, right? It's just amongst the whole entire land. And they're just there, just like, he's like, no, you're never gonna get it. And she's like, why? Oh my God. And then she gets into a point in her emotion where she learned to control the emotion. She understood, wait a minute, maybe the glitch is my power? Because if I can go from here to here, well, I can use that in the race to win. And she does. She totally does. So she does that. King Candy is, he's mad, right? He's lost the game, right? So then he goes, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and try to figure out a way to rebuild, right? Because the moment that she crosses that finish line, what happened was, number one, she learned to manage her emotions, and she learned that is what gives her the one up, right? She was naturally born that way. She doesn't know why. Nobody knows why at this point. Once she crosses that finish line, reset button, baby. Ha! Out of nowhere. A reset button. It's not like somebody said, hey, let's unplug the game. It's no longer going to exist. Everything is just oblivion. No. In fact, the guy in our world, he's like, well, you know what? There's a glitch going on in the system. Some of my people are putting in their quarters, and some girl is glitching in the whole system, so maybe there's a bug. I'm gonna have to call a professional to see, what we can do. But most likely, it's one of those where nobody's gonna want to play it anymore, especially because there's a glitch. And that is the excuse that King Candy has been using on the people that he's ruling over, right? He's like, no, we can't let her because they see a glitch and they're not going to want to go ahead and play anymore. And if nobody plays the game, guess what? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Your world is gonna fall apart. It's gonna fall apart and nobody is going to remember you, right? So everybody's like, oh, no, I care for her, but no. Can you imagine? Just put yourselves in that moment right now. You're being told, don't root for this little girl who has been oppressed her whole entire life. Because if she gets to do what she has always wanted to do, and she has fought tooth and nail just to be able to get one shot to do this, it'll make her life happy. She just wants a little bit of happiness. You live more. You live in a better place. You have all the things that she never had. She doesn't have a blanket. She sleeps in the dirt, alone, by herself, where nobody can see her. She doesn't have parents. She doesn't have friends. She doesn't have family. She has bullies. And the guy that's in charge is telling you, no, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to, because if she gets her way, we all die. We all die. If she gets to do whatever she wants to do, she's crazy. Like, we're all gonna die. You're gonna die. This world is not going to exist. Fear. And they're like, oh my God, poor little girl. But yeah, no, sorry, girl. I choose my life over yours, right? Type of thing. That's not the end. The end ends up being where we kind of go back. There's a moment where everyone's like, the whole game is like reset. The timeline resets. So everybody goes back to who they were originally supposed to be in the game, right? And everybody's like, what the hell? What? And they see Vanellope standing there also, kind of like, what's going on? But like, I'm high off of this, I finally did it. Like, I won, right? But also looking around and people are like, what the heck is going on, right? The color blue is bluer and all the flowers are more flowery and everything is extra beautiful. What's going on? What's happening? And then they take a look at her and she remembers, but nobody else does. And then the moment that they all wake up, they go, oh my God. Princess Vanellope von Schweetz, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I didn't mean to say all those mean things that I said to you. Oh my God, please forgive me. Oh my God, please forgive me, that type of thing. And she's like, what? Girl, I know it wasn't you. On top of that, she has that kindness, and everything's okay. And then afterwards, everybody kind of finds out what actually happened. And it ends up happening that King Candy was a racer back in the day, back in an earlier era where, let's just say it was black and white times. And he saw that his game was going to be, his world was ending, so he decided to jump ship. And he figured out how to jump ship into another timeline, and he started erasing memories, and because of that, nobody would question him. They just knew that there's this guy that was all of a sudden in charge, and yeah, there were consequences if you didn't follow the rules, you know. And all of a sudden, when everybody woke up, they're like, well, no, wait. Who's everybody been told to hate? Those are the people in charge. She was the princess. And everybody's like, no, you're actual royalty. What the hell is going on? Oh my God. They're freaking out, right? But Vanellope's like, yeah, this isn't me. I'm more of a racer. So if you guys are okay with it, how about I just become a president? And that way, if you don't like the way I run things, we can figure it all out and, have a vote and just more of a democratic way of thinking, you know. And they're like, oh my God, girl, we love you. Come here. And that's that. That's a lot, but hey. So you with the knowledge that all these injustices are happening, and you're neurospicy like me, and you have this deep sense of justice, and you just want to, like Wreck-It Ralph, and just beat the living daylights out of, those people that choose to be mean and hurt people. But you also found out that there's no such thing as right or wrong. What do you do?